Tesla axes Cybertruck, and MLB encourages the use of steroids. These are topics we're going to talk about today and more. Welcome to our, what would you call it, introductory show?
Yeah.
Introductory episode of current events we're doing with some of the lunch break crew and some that are new to it. And, you know, really, like, I had a passion for this. I think, Tom, you had a passion for this. And even Nathaniel, like, we talked about this as a group.
We do.
And, you know,
we all talk about this.
Yeah. And a lot of these are topics that y'all that are watching this care about. Yeah. And we're going to be talking about them. We're going to be talking about what's going on. And we're going to be talking about it from a biblical Christian perspective. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of part of what makes what we're doing unique. And I got on this the other day. And I'm like, really passionate about it because I think for too long as Christians, like, we've stayed quiet and let kind of society overtake, and we end up with this kind of fringe minority, really, like, directing the way of society, and like
or watered down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So we'll hopefully won't cause too much controversy.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's good just to have a conversation. I love talking with you guys all day about all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But letting the Lord direct our steps, I think that's important. We were looking at the headlines. We're doing our research for the show today, and the first headline that pops up for me: all pre-orders will be refunded. This is on the Tesla Cybertruck. In what must be the most shocking news story of the year, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has confirmed production of the long-awaited Cybertruck has been canceled. The reason? Ongoing development costs have far exceeded the original budget. And it goes on.
And it took a whole less than 30 seconds for me and Alex to fact check that and find out who was wrong.
April Fool.
April Fool.
It was, but it was the first thing that's long after April Fool, so you can't blame me for being...
That is the prank that keeps giving. It was great.
But isn't that funny? Because you do have to check your sources.
Yeah, and we'll put the source for this one up on the screen. Yeah. Alex, you got that?
But it was just funny because there's a big talk about electric cars. I had one. I had the original BMW i3.
I remember that.
And the BMW dealership here in our town is owned by some friends of mine. And the patriarch of the family, just asked me, could I try it out? So I had it for 2 years, completely electric. And I have to say, when I turned in my opinion, it wasn't favorable because I learned all the early things because it was electric only. Mm-hmm. So, I started realizing if you wanted to use the air conditioning, it didn't really mean 99 miles. It means 89 miles.
Wow.
And so if you wanted to use the seat heaters, which I really liked, in the wintertime, it wasn't really
it makes sense. It uses electricity, right?
Well, it does. So everything in an electric car costs you. So I have a friend that has a new Tesla, and he was saying, I asked him the other day, what's the range? And he said something like 340 miles. And I go, so if you go over the grapevine, he goes, oh no, it goes down because you have different,
it takes more to go uphill.
Yep. So there's another thing that I learned real quickly was a thing called charging anxiety. Huh. Especially when I had such a low, my car, I got the car very knowledgeable, the fact that it was a point A to point B car. Just in town, I wasn't going to go out of town, because when I had it, it's been like 5 or 6 years ago, and the charging stations were less then in Bakersfield than now, and they are better now, but getting over the grapevine to LA would have not happened.
Yeah.
So there's a thing called charging anxiety. If I had to make a lot of trips, there's a lot of times I would be like with 1 mile left pulling into the garage.
Oh, wow.
And I was worried about that. I always ask people who have cars now, do you ever get charging anxiety? And some people say, yeah, if we're driving, far enough to have to get a charge in the middle, get some charging anxiety.
I consider that part of my job role is charging anxiety, but only I'm charging his anxiety.
Yeah, mostly. I kind of get the same thing too, actually, a little bit now, because I have an electric scooter, and I get to work via electric scooter.
Do you know it's Dan?
Yeah, except for when I have to make trips out and about, like for the day I would bring my car. But most days I'm trying to ride my scooter because I just live a short while, like about 4 miles.
2 miles.
2 to 3 miles. It's really 3. But I just go straight there on an electric scooter. With all the gas prices going up, I thought, you know what, this is a fun investment. It's maybe not worth it now, but it's just fun.
You're not going to recoup the investment on that.
I'll try.
I said that when I bought my bicycle. Remember gas prices first shot up to like crazy. Not as bad as they are now, but it was.
You probably spend way more on your bike accessories than I did on my scooter.
That's true.
But anyway, like I'm always thinking, like I can get there and back probably like 3 times without charging it, and because it's like an 18-mile range on flat, and there are times I'm like I didn't charge it for 2 days, and I'm like going, I'm just like I see it on one bar, I'm just like, oh please don't shut down. I mean, I don't want to push this electric scooter. I look dumb.
Well, it was sometimes that because my BMW had a regenerative power.
Oh,
so instead of going down the freeway, I took side streets to regenerate the battery at the stoplights.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
it took me twice as long to get there, but it's just funny.
But you didn't run out of gas.
No, I never had gas. It was electricity. No, but then sometimes in our weather, when we get quite hot, I couldn't run the air conditioning. So I had to make those decisions based on that, you know. And I know they're fixing those things nowadays, but it's just things that you have to think about.
Yeah. So Elon is not really canceling the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
All of you who might have been worried about that.
Just you.
Well, you know, I will tell you what used to frustrate to me too, and I know they're getting better with charging stations, but I know we used to have service out at Cal State, and I'd go out there and they had 3 charging stations, and I'd get out there, all their vehicles for Cal State were being charged on the charging station. So it was just funny. They all had electric vehicles, which were like, yay, and I would look and it wouldn't tell me that they were occupied. And so when I'd get there, they're all being used. So if I didn't plan that in quite part of my day, my charging anxiety would go up. So you couldn't leave a nasty note. Hey, your car was charged and you're still plugged in.
You know what's crazy is I've seen that when I was buying my scooter, the funniest thing I saw was that people who were buying the scooters mostly were Tesla owners. Because what they would do is they'd leave their car at the charging station and be like, I want a burger. And then they'd like open up the trunk, grab the scooter, and ride the scooter.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm like, of course, the only people who would have scooters mostly are the Tesla people.
That's interesting.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And there's an industry that fuels an industry.
Yeah,
Exactly.
more or less.
More
Yeah.
or less.
So
Tesla trucks are not canceled. That's good.
Tesla trucks are not canceled. They still look really weird. I don't know if I'd buy one, but I'm being more interested with the gas prices being so out of control now.
I'm excited to see all the videos of people chucking baseballs at the windows, though,
What?
because of that incident of was it Tesla trucks?
I have no idea what you're talking
The
about.
Cybertruck, yeah. Because at the event, like Tesla's like, these are indestructible. If I remember correctly, Elon said like these windows are tough, and he chucked a baseball at it, at the thing, and it accidentally broke. But it wasn't supposed to break. And so I'm excited.
Oh, that's like
right?
the-
Am I right about that? Yeah, okay, I thought so.
Isn't that similar to the creative Segway you just told me the other day? Like when he did that test and it didn't work out right?
Yeah, that cost him his life though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know about that? The creator of Segway, and it's been a while, but like, and this is true, the ending's true, sadly. He was trying to show that the Segways can stop on a dime, and he did the test on a cliff to show that. Unfortunately, it did not stop in time, and he just went right off the edge.
Oh, wow.
And he died.
And they had that on film.
Yeah, I think so.
That is crazy. I didn't know that.
That's
Right?
That's
I just learned that the other day.
Well,
I'm gonna be
speaking
looking back at you a lot. Just kidding.
of, yes, he's your source.
He's my
Alex.com.
I don't do my research. He does.
So thinking about baseball, I'm so glad baseball's back.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
baseball.
love the baseball.
Baseball
Me too.
season. Now, I'm an Angel fan.
Yeah, we're both Angel fans.
That's right.
Angels my
Wait.
second team. Yankees
Yeah.
my first team.
I know.
He can't even join this conversation. No, don't say that.
I
Don't
will.
say this word.
I like the Angels as my second team as well, but I am a Dodgers fan.
Because your dad's a Dodger fan.
Yeah, my whole family's a
Yes.
Dodgers fan. Or no, I won't say most of them. They're Red Sox fans.
There again, I live in
I
L-
wish you hadn't told me that about John. Now I gotta just change my opinion.
I mean, so as I spent a decade of my life in LA, you know, I loved the Dodgers, I loved Angels, but I was an Angel fan because of my dad. But this is last night I was watching, and I'm so excited about Shohei Ohtani. I mean, I love it that he's bringing back so much excitement in baseball, because last night he was the starting pitcher, and he was hitting, of course, because they were they were playing the Astros at Angel Stadium, so he was hitting. And he had a great outing. I mean, the guy's incredible. And I'm just quoting ABC News, and he was in the All Stars in 21. He was the American League MVP, All MLB first team, All MLB second team, AL Rookie of the Year in 2018, Silver Slugger Award, Edgar Martinez Award. He was the American League Triples leader, and he had the Commissioner's Historic Achievement Award in 2021. And he hit for the Cycle in 2019, and he was Associated Press Athlete of the Year last year. I mean, he's bringing excitement back into baseball. He's pitching, and last night he threw on opening day a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and he hit it on every corner of the base, and it's just a two-way player. It's exciting to see a guy. I forgot his last inning. He was up, he pitched, got the last out, went over, got the bat, and went up and hit the ball. Mm-hmm. I just think that's a awesome thing that we're getting to see in baseball.
Yeah. Well, they got rid of the anabolic testing, right?
Well, what they did is they got rid of the steroid testing during the lockout. But that's dangerous just because it opened a door for some anabolic questions to come back up. You know, we all remember this juiced era, and all the guys.
That wasn't even that long ago, really.
No, and all the guys got in trouble for it. But I as I saw that, it kind of concerns me, Mike.
Yeah,
I have to say that because I've told our lunch break audience that I'm a steroid addict, 13 years anabolic steroids and a lot of other things. Not the show I talk about on, but it's just what you open yourself up to, and that's all professional athletics. I mean, I know to compete at that level because I had to when I was making a living at bodybuilding. You got to take it. But in baseball, it's just like, and there are so many people's opinions. I mean, you got opinions out there. They say, hey, let them go. And I'm not sure which side I stand on because I came from a visual, physical sport that everybody is doing some type of a PED, a performance-enhancing drug. We all got to agree caffeine's performance-enhancing.
Yeah.
Red Bull's performance-enhancing. It's enhancing a podcast.
Yeah, it is.
This is helping me run 2 companies right now.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, as you're out there, I mean, everybody's got...
We're indirectly sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah. If you've noticed, I've been turning this can the whole time.
So there again, I mean, as MLB did suspend it for the lockout, and lockout's over.
But the anabolics are illegal, right?
Anabolics are legal because you have to have a prescription.
So you can get a prescription, so it's not illegal.
So they aren't illegal, but they're banned by the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, which all the professional sports use as a criteria.
But you're living proof, and there's plenty of others, and there's plenty of unliving proof as well of the negative effects.
I got a heart issue because anabolic steroids, one of the worst things it does is harden your arteries and veins. And part of the deal for me is my valve. Your valves are supposed to be soft and pliable, and I've got a valve issue that's not soft and pliable. It's tore. So as you're talking about it is, I got stage 2 kidney disease. And so, it was stage 4 at one point when I first found out about it.
So you made it better.
Well, John McCormick was with me when I got the call from a doctor, and it was stage 4. And he said, we got real problems. And through help with him and me cleaning up some things and eating better and
prayer.
Prayer was huge. I'm at stage 2, which I don't think I'm ever going to get out of stage 2. But at least I'm not facing dialysis like I was at I think 49 years of age. But my doctor did tell me, Tom, your early years in athletics, you tried to kill your kidneys. Congratulations, you've almost accomplished it.
Wow.
Just because of all the things I did with trying to be better athletically. Which then, everybody strives to do that. I mean, vanity is one of those things that our sport brought into things.
Yeah, and the only way to achieve that is really with anabolics, right?
Well, yeah, that, and you have things now that are, SARMs and SWARMs and other things that are, almost anabolic, but they cause an anabolic effect. And people still, think the IOC keeps banning them, and people keep coming up with new ways to get around it. But that's always been the gig, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's always been the gig in sports. I remember Lynn Dawson. I remember watching a picture of Lynn Dawson smoke a cigarette in between the halftime of a football game. You know, they don't do that anymore. But I just say, back in those days, I mean, there was a little boost between, you know, smoking and, you know, kind of a nicotine high. And so I don't know if that was why they did it, or they're just addicted to you know, nicotine. But hey, everybody's looking for the edge, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for the edge.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have a blessed day.
Yeah.
See you soon.